NASA finally has a leader, but its future is no more certain. Michał Kiciński has acquired GOG, and Rainbow Six Siege servers are back online. It's Tuesday, December 30th, and here's a quick look at tech in the news this morning from Engadget. After a rather rudderless year and an exodus of around 4,000 employees due to Trump administration cuts, NASA got what may be its first piece of good news recently. Earlier this month, the Senate confirmed billionaire Jared Isaacman as the agency's new administrator. He now holds the power to rehabilitate a battered engine of scientific research or steer it towards even more disruption. Considering the caliber of President Trump's other appointees, Isaacman is probably the best candidate for the job. Outside of being a successful entrepreneur, he has flown fighter jets and been to space twice as part of the Inspiration4 and Polaris Dawn private missions. One of those flights saw him complete the first commercial spacewalk and travel farther from Earth than any human since the end of the Apollo program. And yet, if you're a NASA employee, or just someone who cares about the agency's work, there are still plenty of reasons to be concerned for its future. When Trump first nominated Isaacman back in the spring, the billionaire wrote a 62-page document detailing his vision for NASA. In November, Politico obtained a copy of that plan, titled Project Athena. To some insiders, Project Athena painted a picture of someone who, at least at the time when it was written, fundamentally misunderstood how NASA works and how scientific discovery is funded in the U.S. and elsewhere. It also suggested Isaacman may be more open to Trump's NASA agenda than would appear at first glance. When asked about the plan by Politico, one former NASA official characterized it as bizarre and careless. Another called it presumptuous, given many of the proposed changes to the agency's structure would require congressional approval. Looming over everything is the fact that NASA still does not have a full-year budget for 2026. Congress has until January 30th to fund NASA and the rest of the federal government before the short-term funding bill it passed on November 12th runs out. Now, there are reasons to be cautiously optimistic. Publicly, both the House and Senate have come out against Trump's funding cuts, and some science missions that were slated to be canceled, such as OSIRIS-APEX, have been approved for another full year of operations. What NASA needs now is someone who will vigorously advocate for the agency in whatever way they can. It remains to be seen if that is Jared Isaacman. Michał Kiciński, co-founder of CD Projekt, has acquired total ownership of the DRM-free video game storefront GOG. The digital video game platform was started by CD Projekt in 2008 with a stated mission to preserve good old games, hence the GOG acronym. CD Projekt is known for its game studio CD Projekt Red, the developers of the Witcher series and Cyberpunk 2077. GOG said Kiciński bought 100% of its shares for about $25 million. The acquisition was fully financed through committed funding secured at the sale's closing and did not involve the sale of any of Kiciński's CD Projekt shares. The storefront will continue to operate independently under its new owner, sticking with its DRM-free philosophy and ongoing work to keep classic titles playable on modern PCs. After the sale, CD Projekt and GOG signed a distribution agreement that will see CD Projekt Red games continue to be listed on GOG. While the press release for the sale did not list a reason, a report posted on Monday under the Regulatory Announcements section of the CD Projekt website stated the sale of shares in GOG is consistent with the CD Projekt Group growth strategy, which assumes focusing on the core business of the company, which in essence means developing and publishing video games and related projects based on the owned and new franchises. Now, the report also described a competitive sale process, implying that Kiciński may not have been the only bidder. While it seems Kiciński will have a hands-on role in GOG after its acquisition, his current involvement at CD Projekt is less clear. He remains a significant shareholder, but is not listed on the company's management board or its supervisory board. And as mentioned yesterday, Ubisoft had to shut down Rainbow Six Siege's servers and roll back transactions, a situation that came from a widespread breach that left various players with billions of in-game credits, ultra-rare skins of weapons, and banned accounts. Now, the fiasco began Saturday morning when Ubisoft said on social media that they were aware of an incident currently affecting Rainbow Six Siege and working on a resolution. A couple of hours later, the Rainbow Six Siege servers were shut down following plenty of user reports showing either 0 or billions in R6 credits, rare skins in their lockers, and either account bans or unbans. Ubisoft later clarified Saturday afternoon that nobody would be banned if they spent their ill-gotten credits. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Igor Bonifacic, Andre Revilla, and Jackson Chen, and was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day. I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.